Now on to Project Drive Sober. The legalization of marijuana in Michigan is creating a safety issue on our side of the state line.
NBC 26's Eric Kress showing us how authorities along the Wisconsin-Michigan border are trying to keep drugged drivers off the roads.
In the upstairs apartment above this tattoo parlor in Menominee, Michigan, members of a social club known as the Hush Lounge gather and smoke marijuana without the concern of being arrested.
At least now you have the freedom to possess and consume some marijuana without fear of being locked in a cage.
Jessica Struzik moved to Michigan in 2014, and she's legally held a medical marijuana card since that time. And now that recreational marijuana use is legal, she's optimistic about what that could mean for Menominee, which borders Wisconsin.
If we had more tourism and more people coming through, we could really thrive. Our hotels, our beaches, our restaurants, everybody could benefit.
But on Wisconsin's side of the border in Marinette, the optimism about what marijuana can do for one community has law enforcement preparing for what it could mean for theirs.
With them having a recreational marijuana law, we understand that people are driving under the influence in that because there's a higher use.
We're going to see more and more of it. And unfortunately, this isn't going to go away.
Volunteers from Menominee who consume marijuana within the hour were brought into this classroom by police so that these officers could see firsthand how pot affects a person.
I am 3 edibles and about a blunt and a half deep. And I started smoking at 9 o'clock this morning.
Some of them may not have experienced a drug-impaired driver yet, possibly, or they don't know that they have.
Through a series of tests, these drug recognition experts are showing their peers the signs of a potentially high driver.
It relaxes you and your brain tells you that you're driving better. In reality, you're a danger to the other people on the roadway.
One study out of the University of Michigan discovered just how prevalent driving under the influence of pot might be. After surveying nearly 800 medical marijuana users, they found that 56% of them drove within 2 hours of getting high. They also found nearly half of those surveyed admitted to being a little high behind the wheel, and another 21% said they had driven very high.
So did I pass or fail?
We'll keep going.
And those numbers, well, it seems to be the reason why law enforcement in Wisconsin is getting additional training along the border of Michigan and statewide.
I mean, let's face it, the motoring public is our family, our children, and we don't want impaired drivers out there endangering everybody around them.
It's a very bad idea to use cannabis and get in your car and go driving around all over the place.
And while many in Michigan support the change to make marijuana legal, they also hope that future tourists and recreational users alike understand the implications of getting behind the wheel high. So how is that training different than identifying a drunk driver? Well, law enforcement says they're going so far as to check potentially impaired drivers' blood pressure to see if it's sped up or not. They're also looking at their eyes for redness, and they're also becoming more aware of a driver's attitude or lack thereof. Now, police say if any of those signs are present, they will likely conduct further testing to see if the driver is impaired or not. Keeping you connected, I'm Eric Kress with NBC 26.
Project Drive Sober is our ongoing mission to try to reduce drunk or drugged driving here in Wisconsin. We'd always like to hear from you when it comes to Project Drive Sober. You can call us, you can email us, and you can watch all the other stories in this series in a special section on our website, nbc26.com/drivesober.